Have you ever noticed? Some people walk into a room and nothing changes. And then there are some people who walk in and suddenly the room feels lighter. No noise, no drama, no need to prove anything, just peace. Today I want to talk about 3 signs that show you are a woman blessed by God. Have you ever noticed how some women don't need to announce their presence, yet you feel it the moment they arrive? They don't try to impress, they don't try to dominate, and they don't try to prove anything. Still, there is a quiet strength around them, a calm energy that makes others feel safe. That kind of presence is not accidental. It is a blessing. A woman blessed by God is not one who has lived an easy life. In fact, many times her life has been full of challenges, disappointments, and unanswered questions. But instead of letting life harden her, it has softened her in the right way. She understands that not every argument needs her voice, not every criticism needs her explanation, and not every situation needs her reaction. Her silence is thoughtful, not fearful. Her patience is purposeful, not passive. She knows that peace is more powerful than proving a point. Such a woman has experienced pain, but she has not allowed pain to turn into bitterness. She has cried in silence, prayed in private, and healed slowly. What makes her special is not that she was never hurt, but that she chose growth over resentment. She learned that holding anger is like holding a burning coal and expecting someone else to feel the pain. So she let go, not because others deserved forgiveness, but because her soul deserved peace. Pain became her teacher, not her jailer. There is also a beautiful balance within her. She is kind, but not weak. She is loving, but not self-sacrificing to the point of losing herself. She knows her worth, and she does not beg for validation. When others succeed, she does not feel threatened, because she understands a simple spiritual truth: what is meant for her will never pass her by. This confidence allows her to uplift other women, celebrate them, and support them without comparison or jealousy. Her heart has room for others because it is secure within itself. A woman blessed by God carries dignity in her behavior and clarity in her values. She may bend, but she does not break her principles. She may adjust, but she does not compromise her self-respect. When life pushes her into darkness, she becomes light for herself first and then for others. Her strength is quiet, her faith is deep, and her resilience is graceful. If you see these qualities in yourself, remember this: God does not give gentle assignments to strong souls by mistake. You are trusted with depth, with responsibility, and with inner power. Walk with humility, stand with courage, and live with faith. The world may not always understand you, but the right people will feel your presence. And that is more than enough. Have you ever wondered why some women remain steady even when life shakes them from all sides? Not because they don't feel pain, not because they don't struggle, but because somewhere deep inside, they carry a quiet faith that reminds them this phase will pass. A woman blessed by God is not protected from storms. She is protected within the storm. She understands that life is not always fair, and people are not always kind. Yet she chooses to respond with maturity rather than impulse. When she is misunderstood, she doesn't rush to defend herself everywhere. She realizes that character speaks louder than explanations, and time reveals what words never can. This kind of emotional discipline does not come overnight. It is built through experience, reflection, and surrender. Such a woman has faced moments when she felt alone, even among people. She has questioned herself, her decisions, and sometimes even her strength. But every time she reached that breaking point, something within her whispered, "Don't give up." That voice was not fear, not ego, but faith. Slowly, she learned that life is not about controlling outcomes, but about controlling responses. When expectations broke her heart, she didn't close it, she strengthened it. There is also a deep sense of balance in her life. She knows when to give and when to step back. She understands that being available to everyone can make you invisible to yourself. So she creates boundaries, not to push people away, but to protect her peace. This self-respect changes the way others treat her. Not because she demands respect, but because she demonstrates it through her actions. A blessed woman does not measure her worth by attention, approval, or applause. She measures it by alignment with her values, her conscience, and her inner truth. She does not chase love that costs her dignity, nor success that costs her soul. She knows that temporary gains are never worth permanent damage. This wisdom makes her life slower, calmer, and more meaningful. When she sees other women rising, she does not feel insecure. Instead, she feels inspired. She understands that growth is not a competition, and blessings are not limited resources. What God has planned for one does not cancel the destiny of another. This understanding frees her heart from jealousy and fills it with genuine happiness for others. If you resonate with this, remember your softness is not your weakness, and your sensitivity is not your flaw. They are signs of depth. You were shaped with intention, refined through experience, and strengthened through faith. Walk forward without fear. Stay rooted in who you are. A woman blessed by God doesn't rush, doesn't panic, and doesn't lose herself. She trusts the journey, and that trust becomes her greatest strength. Have you ever met a woman whose presence feels reassuring even before she speaks? There is something steady about her, something deeply grounded. She doesn't rush life, and she doesn't resist it either. She flows with understanding. This kind of woman is not shaped by comfort. She is shaped by consciousness. A woman blessed by God learns early that strength does not always look like resistance. Sometimes it looks like acceptance. She understands that certain things cannot be forced: relationships, respect, timing, or outcomes. So she releases control and focuses on effort. She gives her best, then lets go of the rest. This surrender does not make her weak, it makes her free. Freedom from anxiety, from overthinking, and from the constant need to manage everything. She has known disappointment, perhaps more than once. People may have promised and not delivered. Situations may have unfolded in ways she never expected. Yet she chooses to keep her heart open. Not naive, not careless, but hopeful. She understands that closing the heart may protect from pain, but it also blocks love, joy, and connection. So she learns discernment instead of walls. There is a gentle wisdom in the way she speaks and listens. She listens to understand, not to reply. She speaks when it adds value, not when it feeds ego. Her words soothe rather than provoke, and her silence carries meaning. This inner stability allows others to feel safe around her because she is not reactive, she is responsive. She pauses before judging and reflects before concluding. Such a woman does not seek validation from the outside world. Compliments may please her, but they do not define her. Criticism may sting her, but it does not destroy her. She has done the inner work of knowing herself, her strengths, her flaws, and her intentions. This self-awareness keeps her humble yet confident, grounded yet growing. She also understands that love begins with self-respect. She gives wholeheartedly, but not at the cost of her dignity. When something repeatedly hurts her, she does not justify it with patience or spirituality. She steps back with grace. Walking away from what drains her is not bitterness, it is wisdom. She knows that peace is sacred. When life places responsibility on her shoulders, she carries it with maturity. She may feel tired, but she does not complain endlessly. She learns, adapts, and moves forward. Her resilience inspires others, not because she appears perfect, but because she remains authentic. If you see reflections of yourself here, know this: you are not too much, and you are not falling behind. You are evolving. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it needs to. Trust the timing, honor your values, and stay kind without abandoning yourself. A woman blessed by God walks softly, stands firmly, and lives deeply, and that depth is her true power. If you see these signs in yourself, remember this: God doesn't give heavy storms to weak souls. You were chosen to heal, to lead quietly, to love deeply, and to stand strong without becoming hard. Walk gently, trust deeply, and never doubt your worth. Because a woman blessed by God is not just strong, she is unstoppable.